He was no Boba Fett, but he at least had Boba Fett's blood. Today we're going to look at the merchandise of Jango Fett. Welcome guys back to the channel. What was that? What was that about? And today we're going to look, every once in a while we'll do a character profile. We'll look at the merchandise. We've done Padme, we've done Anakin, we've done a lot of prequel stuff. I think we did one of the Ewok from the original trilogy. And today we're going to dig into Jango Fett. That's right, the red-headed stepchild to Boba Fett. Okay, I know technically he's not the red-headed stepchild, but you know what I mean. It's like the Kmart. If Boba Fett is Walmart, Jango Fett is Kmart. Or if Jango Fett's Kmart, then Boba Fett might be Zayre's. I don't know, but he's not as cool as Boba Fett. Let's be honest. Lucas probably wanted someone just as cool after the Jar Jar Binks debacle and fans being let down for the Phantom Menace. He said, I gotta put Boba Fett in this, but the age just doesn't line up. So he came up with Jango Fett. Now, I don't know if that's his reason for putting this in. I strongly believe it, but I'm really sure. But a lot of merchandise kicked off Attack of the Clones. And a lot of that merchandise related to Jango Fett. They were gearing kids up, and I admit he's kind of cool. Again, Boba Fett looks better, is cooler. Everything about Boba Fett is cool. Then they changed his voice, was a little less cool, but he's still cool. He's still cool. But everybody talks about Boba Fett, so let's look at Jango Fett merchandise released in 2002. Before we start that, let's say some of these don't tell me in the comment. Actually, because of shipping error, that was 2003, Junkman. Okay, I try to keep it around 2002 when the movie came out, and you don't have to say you forgot. I didn't forget. I just pulled 40. We're gonna look at 40. So let's look at 40 merchandise from Jango Fett, and we'll start right here with a poster. Like a cowboy. Look at him. Cowboy, baby. Yeah, look at him. Got his clone troopers back there behind him. There's a lot of clone troopers. And then we have a sticker. I believe this is a sticker released in another country. I don't know what country it is. I didn't have time to look that up. Might have been Argentina. I'm just playing. I don't think there's really a place called that. I just made that up. And then we have Mighty Mugs. Remember Mighty Mugs? The wannabe Punko Fop. The wannabe Punko. Why did I even try to talk? I got to do this. The wannabe Funko Pops before Funko Pops. There they are right there. Mighty Mugs. They never really took off as much as they wanted them to. And look at this. A cheap walkie-talkie set. You know this shit. You know it didn't work. You know, you go across the room, it probably didn't work. And this is one time they should have implied. And this is one time they should have put Boba Fett's helmet in here. I know it's not hitting the helmet in the movie and everything, but it would just look better. And besides, who wants a dang clone trooper? How about a lunchbox? I'm on my way to school. I got my little dippy brownie in it. I got a bologna sandwich. And I got one of those cardboard boxes full of yoo-hoos. Yeah, I'm sorry, but a yoo-hoo needs to be in a glass bottle. But you got it right there. Your Jango Fett plastic lunchbox. Plastic lunchbox. But man, you're ready to go to school. And then you have a Transformers. Remember this? I should do a video about this. Transformers mixed up with Star Wars. It was just crazy. Yeah, you could transform the Slave 1. It does say Slave 1. Yes, it says Slave 1 on the box. And to Jango Fett's. Now let's just get out of here. How about some cereal? You're just thinking, but Junkman, where's Jango Fett? He's right there. In the back, you see him? And you might be saying, well, that's the only place I see him. No, he's on there twice. He's also a marshmallow head. A marshmallow head. You didn't think if you clicked on this video, you would see Jango Fett as a marshmallow head, now did you? And how about this one here? What is this? Oh, a toothbrush. Or a toothbrush, maybe a holder. Maybe, I don't think you hold this big. Maybe the toothbrush comes out, I would think. I would hope so. That would be an odd way to brush your tooth. But there you go. Boba Fett. Jango Fett. Jango Fett, the daddy of Boba. Right there. How about this one right here? A pencil topper inside a box of cereal. Yep, it wasn't released in the U.S. But there it is, Jango. They did about 7 of these, and that's the one they did for Jango. And we have, remember, I had this. I know I was in my 20s, almost in my 30s. 2002, I was turning 30, and I had this. But I did have a little daughter, so that was my excuse. But you put it on your hand and shoot these little darts out. It was a lot of fun. I'm not going to lie to you. Oh, I looked at it all the time. I told myself I was Boba Fett. Didn't want to tell myself I was Jango Fett. I mean, come on. And then we have a bookmark. Oh, man. If you had the Rusty Miller Jedi Master Quiz book, you could get your Jango Fett bookmark and put it right there. Remember the question. Here's the question. I'm going to ask you guys a question. Here you go. How did Leia first appear to Luke? What kind of easy shit is that? God, everybody knows that one. How about a Jango Fett toy gun? It's on a keychain, so I guess it's officially a keychain. It lights up too. It makes a blaster sound. Awesome. This looks like it might be a lot of fun. I wouldn't want to put it on my keys though. I want to put my keys on it. That's one big keychain. Be stuck down in your pocket and everything, getting you scratching to get your balls and everything. You wouldn't want this thing in your pocket all the time, but you might want this. Yeah, a role-playing gun. If you're just gonna dress up like Jango Fett, that's the best way to do it right there. And look at this. A little figure. A little dwarf, I think they call it, figure of Jango Fett. Now, I don't know about you, but I think that's kind of cool. You like that? I should have got a picture out of the box so you can see it better, but I like that. A little dwarf Boba Fett. Jango Fett. How many times am I going to do that? And how about this one right here? You can dress up your own Jango Fett doll. That's right. Get the doll, put the clothes all on it. Man, now my son was really into Jango Fett probably like 10 years ago. And I had to buy this off eBay, and it cost a lot of money. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm going to be honest with you. It's really cool. You can put the clothes on him and everything. I like that. How about this one? A talking Jango Fett. I like the helmet came off. Thank you. That's a little extra right there. The helmet comes off Jango Fett. Looks like it has some lights, it says. Maybe that's with the light. Maybe lights. I can't say. That's really small, okay? With lights. Oh, that's pretty cool. Jango Fett. And you got buttons on the back of the box. You can hear him talk while they take him out of the box. And then you have, a room alarm. A room. Ain't nobody sneaking in your room to touch your booty hole. Not when you got an alarm in your room with Jango Fett. Yeah, that little purr come in there sneaking. I'm going to get some of that booty. And then, no, it's going to, I don't know what kind of sound they make. Get out of room, pervert. I don't know what it said, but it would wake you up and you'd be like, well, you could either call for help or roll over. That's up to you. And then we have an action figure. Attack of the Clones action figure. Yeah, you didn't know they made that now, did you? There he goes. Got his guns out like this. Got a big asteroid behind him flying. I know that's not an asteroid, but there we go. Firing grounded. And here's another one. Got his arm out. Don't have his helmet on, but his helmet comes off. His helmet comes off. His helmet comes on. Take it off, put it on. Take it off, put it on. But you know, most of us would lose it, especially a little kid. But there it is with missile firing jetpack. Hey, we couldn't get that with a Boba when it first came out, now could we? How about a shirt? That's kind of badass. I might wear that today. I kind of like that. And you know, it kind of reminds me. JunkmanMerch.com, where we got shirts like this one right here. Well, guess what? Now, you can get hats. Yes, Junkman hats at JunkmanMerch.com. Check some of these out. In fact, almost all those shirts we have can also be bought on hats. So if you see something you like for a shirt, you can say, oh, I'll put that on a hat. Except for the Bounty Hunter one, which is, as of now, exclusive only to a hat. I've had this thing as a shirt a couple of times, but it keeps getting taken down. Let's try it on a hat. And if you like the image on something else, we got phone cases, stickers, magnets, wall art, all kinds of stuff. So head over to JunkmanMerch.com. Here you go, a Christmas ornament. Ho, 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 Santa Claus coming to town. Put your Jango toys under the tree. You're like, oh, can I put it right there next to the Christmas star? Yes, you can. Jango Fett Christmas ornament. Now, I don't like non-Christmas stuff on my Christmas tree. I've had non-Christmas stuff on my Christmas tree. Just keep it Christmas. Put a Santa Claus beard on the guy, for God's sakes. And how about this? A puzzle. 100 pieces. That means if you put a piece on the puzzle a day, it would take you a year to put the whole puzzle together. Jango Fett and Boba Fett. I didn't even say that. Boba Fett's on this one. Jango and Boba Fett. And how about this? Soundtrack. Yeah, they had different covers. You could have got your soundtrack with Jango Fett. Jango Fett soundtrack. And what is, mobile phone face plates. Yeah, you buy this, put it over the phone, your mobile phone. This is before we all had the big white smartphones and everything, but you get that right there. Seems like they ought to make a bunch of different ones because there's a bunch of different models, but I don't know. But you could get that and you could be like, Jango Fett on my phone. And we have Jango Fett shoes. Man, can you imagine going to school with your Jango Fett lunchbox and your Jango Fett shoes? Jango Fett shoes. You might have to draw a line somewhere if you're a fan of Jango Fett. You know, everybody, I know you're a fan. I know you think he's cool and everything. But you got to draw the line at walking around with some dang Jango Fett shoes on. How about this one? A Pepsi can. Now, I'm sure a lot of you know the Pepsi can. Some of you, I bet, you'd be like, I collected the Pepsi can, Junkman. I had them all too. And they all busted. I put them up in the attic one day and they was all busted, leaked everywhere. Not a very good thing to do. And here's Jango Fett's helmet. If you ask me, the color looks a little off. Maybe it's faded or maybe it's just a photo. It looks kind of like a light blue color. Looks kind of weird. And another Jango Fett, the first one released, sneak preview. It's not even on Attack of the Clones card. Look at this. He's got his guns out. Biggity bang, biggity boom. He is getting to it. Attack of the Clones sneak preview, Jango Fett. And we were excited. I know, Attack of the Clone gets overly bashed. I'm sorry. It's not the greatest Star Wars, but it's by far not the worst. It's enjoyable. You can watch it. You can have fun. And how about this one? Another shirt. We got his guns out. Got double barrels right there. Jango Fett shirt. And here's another figure where you can kind of dress it and put the clothes on it. And it has sounds from the movie. Real movie sounds. Not like those tech comp things. Remember in the Phantom Menace where like, what did he say? How about this one right here? More cereal. And again, you're saying, Junkman, there ain't no Jango in this box. There's a Dooku with an airbrush lightsaber in his hand, but I was like, nope, there he is as a marshmallow. And what is this? Some kind of keychain, I think. More keychains with Jango Fett. And how about Unleashed? Remember these figure lines? I had the Padme one. It has some big nipples on it. Remember the Padme one had nipples on it? Never mind, we're not talking about that now. But here we go, Jango Fett. And he comes with Boba Fett. Boba Fett right there's like reaching out. Daddy, daddy, don't let the Jedi take my daddy. Don't let the Jedi take my daddy. And Jango's like, no, I will protect you, son. I will protect you at all costs. And then we have the game. Yeah, my daughter even liked playing this game. Jango Fett Bounty Hunter game. It was a lot of fun. I'm gonna be honest with you. Hey, it wasn't no Super Mario Brothers fun. It wasn't as fun as Adventure for the Atari, but it still was pretty fun. And Lego my ego. It's a Lego Jango Fett. If you ask me, it's a little antenna thing right there. It's a little too tall. It's a little, don't it look a little long? Looks a little. Maybe I'm just jealous of how long his antenna is. Maybe that's what it is. And how about a comic book? Jango Fett, the comic book. You want to learn more about Jango Fett? Well, thanks to Dark Horse Comics, you can. You can pick it up and read. Yeah, you actually have to read. You can look at pictures if you want to, I guess, but you're not going to learn more about Jango Fett. But if you want to read, you can. And how about this? Does this say Slave 1? It says Slave 1. Slave 1 right there comes with a figure of Boba Fett, got both of his guns out ready to do some action. Man, that is cool. Slave 1, Attack of the Clones. Now, this is a prequel. It should have been like just Slave. 1 should have been the one for Boba. Boba should put the 1 on it. This should have been Slave. But you can't even call it that today, I guess. How about this? A Lego pencil. Lego pencil set. I know I had a Darth Maul one like that. I think I had that one too. Yep, bought it at a Lego store, and I probably paid way too much for it. You know, you could buy a pen for $2, or you could buy a little Lego figure for $10, or you can buy a Lego pen for about $45. Ugh, crazy. Why does Legos cost so much? Do you collect Lego stuff, man? No, I don't want to put a mortgage out every time I want to buy a Lego set. How about this right here? It's gum. It tells you right there on the package. Hey, you got any gum? Yeah, I got gum, and it's in a Jango container, a Jango Fett container. Yeah, Jango Fett gum. And lastly, we have the Jango Fett backpack. Now, when my daughter went to school, there was this chubby Mexican kid named Ernie, and he had this backpack. And I used to be like all the time, I was like, who is that kid? That kid is cool. Didn't have no shame. He didn't have no shame that he was chubby and his school shirt was always really tight and you could see his nipples. He didn't care about that. He was proud to be a Jango Fett fan. I was like, why don't you talk to that kid? Why don't you be friends with that kid? And I don't know, you don't want to be friends with him. But he had a Jango Fett It looked like it was all light blue for some reason. It looked like a Force Ghost. But he had it. He had a Jango Fett. And I still think about it today whenever I see this case, or whenever I see somebody named Ernie, or whenever I see a little chubby Mexican walking home from school. I think there's the kid that loves Jango Fett. And believe it or not, that was 40 Jango Fett items. 40. Didn't seem like 40. File said it was 40. Went through them fast. Well, don't forget to get you a hat over at junkmanmerch.com, or a shirt, or a phone case, or a button, or a sticker, or whatever you want to get, if we have it. Thank you for watching. We'll talk again soon.
Hey, Junkman channel popping though.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.